Hey, what's up, guys? This is Casey again. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for checking me out. I'm going to today cover a little bit more on financial independence, kind of give you an idea about the cash flow quadrant. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but this was taught by a man, his name's Robert Kiyosaki, okay? He's a multimillionaire investor in real estate, good friends with Donald Trump. He's been on several publicized, television shows, Oprah Winfrey, the list goes on. Anyways, he knows what he's talking about, and I learned this specifically from Robert Kiyosaki. And it's the cash flow quadrant. It's basically breaking down your different areas that you can, participate in when it comes to making money. All right, what I'm talking about here, I'll go ahead and show you real quick. It's your cash flow quadrant. Basically, your employee, specialist, like a nurse, doctor, lawyer, business owners, and investors. Kind of knowing the difference between these and advantages and disadvantages, to some of them. But when I talk about, in some of my other videos, if you watch them, I talk about how you want to be on a different playing field when it comes to making money and your taxes. What I'm talking about with that different playing field is the cash flow quadrant, okay? And again, Robert Kiyosaki goes over this. I'll try to post a link after this video where you can go in and check out what he gives you, because he'll go over it. It takes about 30 minutes to watch. I'm going to do it in half the time, just so it saves you a little bit of time. But if you want to go in and watch Robert Kiyosaki's, he does a great job of explaining it. I'll try to explain it just as well. So, getting started here, this is how it's broken down. Okay, you've got a left side and a right side to the cash flow quadrant. And of course, on the left side, you got employees, you got specialists, and then on the right side, you have business owners and investors. Okay, now, there's a big difference when it comes to the taxes on these. And we'll break down the taxes on them real quick, okay? Before I do that, though, just realize when you're over here on the left-hand side of the playing field, like I've been talking about in some of the previous videos, the problem with this, okay, and this is really crucial when you're trying to get ahead financially, achieve financial independence, and then financial freedom. Okay? Really crucial. As an employee, just realize you are trading time, okay, for money. That's what you're doing as an employee. So when you go to work, salary, if you're paid hourly, it doesn't matter. When you're going to work, you are trading your time for money. The only way you can earn that money is if you show up, clock in, spend your 8 hours working for somebody else, helping somebody else get rich, and then they pay you. So you're serving someone else. You're contributing to society. Great thing to do. I'm not against it. All right, everybody has to start somewhere. I'm still an employee myself. Okay, it's not a bad thing. The key here is if you're on the left-hand playing side of the field here on the cash flow quadrant, the key is while you're there, okay, you want to take your money and you really want to capitalize on the money that you have, okay? That's what it's about when it comes to achieving financial independence, financial freedom, all right? You want to take the money that you're getting paid for serving someone else and helping them build their dreams. You want to take that money and utilize it in the most efficient way possible for yourself so that you can build on your own dreams. All right? Robert Kiyosaki, when he goes in and starts talking about this with you, he uses a term, mind your own business. Mind your own business, not someone else's. Okay? That's the goal here. Now, of course, you're going to have to mind someone else's business and help them achieve whatever it is they're trying to achieve if you want to get paid. So if you're over here, great, stay focused on your career, your job, but I'm just telling you, take some of that money that you're getting paid and start making it work for you so you can get out of this, what they call the rat race. Okay? Now it has everything to do with the cash flow and the cash flow quadrant. I went over the cash flow patterns with you of poor people, wealthy people, and the middle class and the differences between those. Now I'm going to break it down for you on the playing field and which side to be on, as well as the taxes. Okay? So you got employee where you're trading your time for money. All right? Specialists, do the same thing. Okay? You know, you may have a couple friends or something like that are pretty prestigious in their career, like as a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, an engineer, and they're getting paid pretty well, right? So they're making a lot of money. Well, what happens if they stop working? All right, they don't get paid anymore. The money stops, right? So they have to continue trading their time for money, unless they've got a business that they own or are an investor and they have their money working for them. Then it's a different story. Then they don't have to go back to work. All right, they may have to, depending on how much money they've got set aside and what investments they're in. So they still may have to go back to work, but they're on being a specialist and an employee, again, you're trading your time for money. All right. Now, business owners, on the other hand, are a little bit different. Okay. That would be your boss, or the CEO of your company that you work for. He's a business owner. So what he's doing is trading. Let's see here. He's not trading. He's taking resources or people and trading them for money. Okay? So that's what he's doing. He's utilizing resources and people like you as an employee to help him make his money. Alright? And the cool thing about being a business owner is if you've got a successful company or a company that's already taken off, you're already on a better playing field because guess what? You don't have to show up to work. Look at your CEO at the company you work for. You probably never met him. And if you have, he can just come and go as he pleases. The reason why is because he makes money off of you and everybody else in the company. So he's utilizing people and resources, within the company to build on his dreams. Okay? That's a business owner. Investors, on the other hand, are going to trade money for more money. So investors are all about returns. They look at what can I get for the money I invest with you, what can I get back, in a certain amount of time as far as return. Is it 5%, 10%, 20%, whatever, So those are the cash flow quadrants and the playing field. Now, just looking at that though, what do you think, what playing field would you want to be on? I mean, just looking at that. Obviously, it's probably going to be the right-hand side here as a business owner or investor. That's where you want to start, focusing. Okay, now as an employee, they have something called the 401k plan, all right, which that's fine if you're invested in a 401k, but in today's financial world, just in business, it's not enough, okay? And the reason why I say that is because in another video that I'll make later, I'm going to break down for you exactly what Tony Robbins talks about with mutual funds. Okay, that's basically what your 401k is. It's an investment into mutual funds, stocks, bonds, and these funds, these mutual funds, are set up to basically work against you. And I'll go into detail because I'm reading a book right now by Tony Robbins, where he goes in and explains a lot of that for you. And this is information coming out of the brightest minds in the world. Okay, I believe he interviewed about 50 of the top wealthiest people in the world about, what these mutual funds consist of, and 401ks and stuff like that. And I'm talking about guys that, for instance, created the Vanguard funds. All of them. Like he interviewed the owner of the Vanguard fund, the guy that actually created that. And that, 96% of mutual funds are going to work against you. And that was a statistical fact that was given straight from the owner of Vanguard. Okay, and it's in his book that he wrote. And I'll give you the title of that book here in a minute. But getting back to the cash flow quadrant, what I'm trying to tell you is, as an investor, you're doing more than what an employee does when it comes to investing in companies or mutual funds. Okay, as an investor, you're taking more control over the most valuable asset that you have, which is time. Okay, because you can't get time back. So you're basically taking control of your own life and getting your money to start working for you, so you don't have to work for your money, so you don't have to spend your time and trade it for a dollar bill. So we got that out of the way. I'm going to cover the taxes real quick and give you, right here on the graph, and show you exactly why being on the right side of the field, being a business owner and investor, is you've got tax advantages. Okay, so let me explain it real quick. As an employee, you may know that before you ever get paid, you're going to pay Uncle Sam first. Okay, so you just take a look at your paycheck or your pay stub. Your taxes come out first. Alright, so you're paying taxes first, and then you get paid. Alright, because Uncle Sam wants his half. And he gets it first thing, before you ever get paid. The max tax rate for employees is 35%. Okay? Now, that's quite a bit. I don't know about you, but I don't like giving 30% of my money that I worked for, that I traded my time for. I don't like having to give 35% over to Uncle Sam every single time I get paid. And I mean, I understand that we all should probably contribute our portion to taxes, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. It's just, what if they decide to change that tax rate and go 40 or 45% on employees? Because we're almost there. Who knows? But I don't want to go there. I'd rather put myself on the other side here. And I'll show you why. Do this graph. Specialists, on the other hand, if you got a friend who's a doctor, a nurse, an engineer, something like that, you might be looking up to them right now and saying, wow, I'd like to make as much money as they do. Well, just remember this, okay? Their max tax rate is 45 to at least 50% of their income. And it varies depending on how much they make. But I can tell you right now, most of your specialists, like doctors, lawyers, and attorneys, they're usually making like 100 grand, 200, 250,000 on up. Okay? Now here's the problem though with that. They're taxed at 45, 50%. So are you willing to make 100 grand and then get 50% of it taken away from you? Now you're only making 50? So you're taxed even more than these guys, the employees. That's not fair. That's not right. And these guys right here are the ones going for 8 years to school, spending 100 grand on student loans. These are smart people.